going to be fine in 2 seconds because I can see the chat now. Let me just close this window a little bit. Oops. 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. All right.
Right. I think it's working.
I think I did it somehow, some way. All right, so hey MK, how are you? Let me just turn this volume off. Turn this volume up. Okay, because I don't need to hear myself. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, then we're doing fine here. All right. Okay, everybody's coming back now. So we had about 20 or so going. So everyone, I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties, but guess what? I haven't used Google Hangouts since they changed it, and it's a total mess. But I do have my buddy online here, and that is none other than the very own Tina the Board Gamer. You guys remember her? We were supposed to do a lot of things together, but she kind of fell off the face of the earth. And it wasn't that I didn't know, but I knew more than you guys knew. So, Miss Tina, I'm going to click over to you so
yeah.
everybody can see you.
Oh, boy.
So, where in God's name have you been?
That's a great question. And the answer is I've been moving around a lot. And so some of you may know I was previously in Toronto, in the great country of Canada, where a lot of my buddies, Rodney and all those guys are from. And so back in Toronto, I had a great, I guess, studio area where I did a lot of board game playthroughs and just had a great time with it, with the channel that I was working on. Now, last year, I had a complete change in direction for my life, just from a career perspective. And so, right, exactly, right? So I actually...
Nobody was able to see that.
That is just the highlight of this video, Rob. I think we'll switch back to seeing you. So I actually moved to the States, and I enrolled in the MBA program, which has been a blast. So the major reason why I wasn't able to get back into filming and doing the video content for the channel is twofold. One is school is keeping me super busy. Lots to learn. I pay a lot of tuition for this stuff, so I'm just trying to maximize my time and get as much out of it as possible. It's a 2-year program. And then the second piece is I went from, you know, my nice place in Toronto to I have a small room. I don't really have anywhere to store any games. I didn't bring any games with me down here. And in general, there was just the facilities, which is very difficult to shoot anything. As you can imagine, if I hogged that dining table to film board games, my roommates would just kill me. They probably shove everything off the table, and I would not be able to do extended filming. And so that was a big challenge, the space, and then as well as the time piece.
And then what do? I send you a big box full of games.
You did. Rob, you're awesome, super generous, and yeah, Rob painted up Dungeon Saga. I told him I was really interested in it. He did a great job of painting it. I was supposed to take a look at it and do a playthrough of it. It's still down in the pipeline, Rob. I'm still definitely on the books as a first game I'll do when I'm a little bit more settled. But as it happens, I'm moving all the time. I moved to New York for the summer for work. And then this fall, I'm going to be in Boston. I was in Philly previously. So as you can imagine, with all the moving, my board games that I actually bought since I moved here are actually in a locker storage right now. So they're packed away. Oh my gosh. It's actually really sad to see them in boxes packed away. So I don't really have easy access to any of the games. And that has made a lot of this difficult. Yeah.
Sean says, stream is horrible for me, so I can't watch it, unfortunately. It seems to be working fine here.
Huh. Anybody else having the problem?
Let me see. Oh, yeah, it looks like it froze a little bit. Hold on. Let me try something. It's kind of weird that's freezing because we have full bandwidth. I'm going to put this up here a little bit and see if that improves it a little bit. Yeah, sometimes these things go a little, around this time is always pretty difficult.
It's rush hour for YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much. But, all right, let me try this. This sometimes fixes it. Stream isn't really clear for me in Florida. Okay. I'm lagging 20 seconds behind. It won't stay on live. No, you see, I got. All right, let me try this. Okay, now you're fine. Just hit the start and stop button, and it should come back, guys. Yep, there you go. It loads every 3 seconds. No, I seem to have you pretty good here, and I'm looking at you both ways. If you click on the live button, it will skip ahead. Yeah, there you go. And then it'll bring you up live. Seems like it was freezing a little bit. That may happen for about 10, 20 minutes, especially since it's thunderstorm weather here.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's what happens. No, I can see you fine, and you're not lagging at all. No, you're fine. So over here, we got it. It's working good for me, too. Yeah, okay, so there we go. We got you back. So as you were saying, maybe it's a West Coast thing. Yeah, check back in 4 hours.
West Coast, three hours behind, right? So, yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah, there you go. Am I still on camera? Okay. Yeah, no, we basically got it focused in on you.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there we go. There I am. And there you are. Okay. So, as you were saying, you're moving around and everything like that.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to do a bunch of projects together. So everybody always asked me, what happened to, you guys had this great idea that you guys were going to do. And of course, schoolwork got in the way. And, that made it kind of tough, and with you bouncing all over the place and doing things. But there was something else that was going on, and yeah. I think I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, so, I mean, the reason why I really enjoy board games, and I'm sure some of you can relate, is it's sort of my way to immerse myself. I consider myself pretty creative, and so when I play games, it's kind of immersing into another world and just letting your imagination run wild. So without board games in Philly, the other outlet I had for creativity was I was working on a project with some of my classmates. And it's a really, really neat technology. You could probably say it's pretty gadgety, but really also helpful in everyday life. And so the product, and then I've told Rob about it, is a smart mirror. So for those of you who may not be familiar with smart mirrors, they're not all that common. They're mostly seen currently in luxury retail stores, like in the dressing rooms. But essentially, it's a mirror, but also a interactive display. So there's a screen behind it, essentially, and you can do things with it. So, for example, you can wake up, you can load up board game breakfast while you brush your teeth, or maybe load up a video of Rob painting or something if you want to catch up on that. Actually have YouTube set to one of my screens on the mirror, and so I can watch that while I get ready. And so really, it's a way to maximize your time in front of the mirror in the morning when you shave, or for the ladies when they do the makeup and that sort of thing. So it's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connected. There's all sorts of other features, like you can see your calendar, you can see all your commute options before you head out, so you can see, hey, my train is actually 20 minutes late today, or traffic conditions are terrible because of a thunderstorm. So it kind of keeps you really informed on what's going on. So when you head out the door, you're super ready.
So, Leon, no, she did not get married.
No.
That was
No,
one
that's
of your
not the
questions.
reason.
No, she didn't.
That is not the reason.
No. Nathaniel, Nathaniel says you can watch Rob paint while you brush your teeth. You very well could, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do that. Yep. That would be interesting.
Well, yeah, that definitely would be
and those are things
interesting.
people can watch.
But if you were brushing your teeth, I mean, you would miss some of the fine detail that I do because I'm so detailed in my painting.
Well, for me, when I watch your paint, Rob, it's like, no offense, but I'm listening a lot just because I wanna be immersed on your life in your life. So I'm listening to, hey, Rob's saying this, Rob's doing that, because I'm not really painting. So I'm not usually like watching very intently. When I learn to paint, I will watch very intently, but for the most part, I have stuff in the background and I'm listening to you talk to yourself, which is super entertaining in general. So
yeah, I never shut up, do I?
You don't have to. You're talking. I mean, you're trying to keep us entertained, right? So
yeah, exactly. Here's a question: does the smart mirror send videos?
Send videos. So it does have a feature for video conferencing, so you can, FaceTime or just chat with your buddies on Skype or something while you get ready. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but that's definitely something you can do.
It does have a USB port, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So you can take the content from the USB port and maybe forward it. Maybe do your forwarding and stuff like that for me.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're asking.
Why not? Yeah, but the design of the mirror is meant to be pretty, I would say, like simplistic in terms of the way you operate it, so that it's meant to be really easy to use. Even a 5-year-old could use it. Even somebody not techie will be able to operate it really easily. But you can definitely hack it and open up the back and do all sorts of things with it.
Yeah, you pretty much want to keep it intact. But you had one. You had come close to winning certain grants and awards for this. Well, I believe.
Yeah, so we've had pretty cool traction. We were in a competition for a tech competition. We came in second place, and actually won 3 of the 7 available awards at that competition. It's a tech competition based out in Philly. And we were just another pitch competition earlier this week. Fingers crossed. We don't quite know who's the winner yet until next month. But if that comes through, that would be super big as well. And actually, I'm in Minneapolis right now, and you can see this is my hotel room. So we're out here for another pitch event. So that's definitely been keeping me on the road.
Okay, you skipped there for a second. That's been keeping you on the what?
On the road.
Oh,
I was just traveling so much on the bus and stuff.
Gotcha.
Hey, I see Leon's comment here about makeup.
Yeah.
You're spot on, because there's this whole community of makeup, especially YouTubers. There's so many tutorials on makeup. Rob, you probably are not as familiar, but your daughters would be super familiar, especially if they're into cosplay and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, imagine doing a Star Wars curly hair, wavy thing, and you're trying to figure it out how to do on YouTube. Mirror is designed so that you can watch YouTube videos while you do stuff to your face or your hair, because you need to look at the mirror at the same time as you look at a video. And right now, a lot of the ladies do it just having an iPad or a phone propped up next to the mirror, and it's just a little bit of a clumsy operation. So that's definitely one of the things you could do.
Okay, now this is it's actually up on Kickstarter right now, correct?
Yeah, so we've been on for about 2.5 weeks with 12 days left to go. And so I thought it would be great to share the word, especially with the community that I'm so connected with, you guys. So it's going to end August 20, I think 9th, 12 days from now. And yeah, definitely would appreciate you guys checking it out and potentially sharing it with friends or whoever you think might find this relevant, and help us out a little bit.
Yeah. Now, what can they find it under on Kickstarter?
So it's a pretty simple. So Kickstarter, it's under technology, and you go tech, and then either I think Discover or Popular. It should be right up there.
Okay.
Or alternatively, the easier way is just to Google Kickstarter, and then the name of the product is called Perseus Mirrors. And the name of it actually is pretty interesting. I don't know if you know who Perseus is, Rob. Do you know who Perseus is?
Of course.
Of course. Tell me the story of Perseus.
I don't think I remember it exactly, but I'll let you tell it.
I mean, I would be amazed if you actually knew, because most people
Perseus.
don't really quite
Hold
remember.
on. See, I'm gonna hold you for a second, Perseus. And I have my hands right here too. Because
do you want a hint? Do you want a hint?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Do you know who Medusa is?
Oh, of course. Perseus killed Medusa, and he had the magical shield, just like Clash of the Perseus from Clash of the Clash of Titans. Kind of, but they redid it.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that with Harry Hamill? The original one back in, well, I don't know if you saw that one back in the 80s. Well, anyways, he used the shield because all the soldiers would die and be turned to stone. And he used the shield, and he had a special sword, and he cut off her head and put it into a special bag.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how he saved Andromeda.
I don't know that part, but the reference is definitely correct. Medusa, Perseus. Medusa turned anybody who looked at her into stone. And so Perseus was able to defeat her by using a mirrored shield. So he looked at Medusa through his shield, through the mirror, essentially, and then he was able to, I guess, slay her. So that's a mirror reference, essentially.
See, I knew that sounded familiar. I almost choked there.
Pretty good. I'm impressed. That's not a lot of people actually got that easily. So Perseus Mirrors.
So you name it Perseus Mirrors, and it's up on Kickstarter right now. And how close are you guys to funding?
We're about, I would say, 65% of the way there, with 12 days left.
With 12 days left.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the rest of the campaign, but definitely very excited in terms of bringing the product to market. I think we've done a lot of research and user testing. This is boring stuff in the sort of behind the scenes, but the smart home industry and the smart mirror industry is actually taking off. But there's not quite that much offering for the consumer. So stuff you can buy easily. A lot of it is happening sort of at the commercial level, especially in the retail shopping space. And so this is, I would say, we're the first ones to try to bring it to the consumer and into the home, this type of technology, so that people can, I guess, step into the future, kind of like Minority Report. You look in the mirror, it shows you information, it helps you get ready. Just, I guess, something you can have in your home to brag about.
Well, I went to the site when you first started up, and of course I was all over the place. Dice Tower Con, Gen Con, let's not even go into that with all the stuff I had going on. But I was able to check it out, and it really is an amazing product. I mean, I couldn't believe some of the things that you were able to do with it and how well you guys came up with all the technology for it and everything like that. Now, I don't remember on the site, but if it funds, when will you start kicking these things out?
Yeah. So a lot of the development and sort of software and the hardware development has already been done. So the delivery date is pretty conservative because we understand Kickstarters are always late. So we want to leave some, I guess we don't want to be late, so we want to leave buffer into the estimation.
Mm-hmm.
But the fall is really to fine-tune some of the hardware and software pieces, making sure we have all the materials in the warehouse for assembly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once it's done in early Q1, like January, February timing, is sort of all the quality testing and all sorts of stuff. So our Kickstarter on paper delivery is April of next year.
Okay, we have somebody asking, what is the Kickstarter URL?
Yeah, so it's actually pretty long. That's why I said might be the easiest way is to Google Kickstarter Perseus mirrors, but I do have a short link. Maybe if that's easier, I'll just say it here.
Why not? And then what I'll do is I'll copy and paste it afterwards into the bottom comments, so
Sure.
people that watch this can follow up on it.
Actually, I happen to have a printout of it right now. So as I say this, why don't I put it in front of the camera as well? So it's, can you see this? Whoops, here it is.
Yeah. Okay, just leave it right there for about a minute or two, and you could keep on talking while they're checking that out.
Yeah, why don't I just read this out a little bit? So it's a bit.ly link. So it's bit.ly and then / smartest mirror. We're claiming that this is the smartest mirror in the world, Rob.
Well, geez, it better be. If you put it together. Now, Perseus, the world's smartest mirror. Yep, there you go.
Yep.
All right. So, oh, actually, you know what you could do, too? You can copy and paste and put it into the comments. Can't you?
Oh, I could absolutely do that. Yes.
See, look at me. Now, who's the smartest? I'll show you. This guy.
No doubt, Rob. You're an impressive man.
So, if somebody wanted to get in on this and get a mirror, how much would it cost them right now?
All right, it is currently $229 on Kickstarter.
Okay.
And then there's shipping. For the US, it's $35.
Okay.
Which actually is not that bad. I expected shipping to be a little bit more expensive just because it's a mirror, there's glass, and it's a little bit on the heavy side.
Mm-hmm.
But so all in, like in and around $270.
Oh, so $270, and you can have a mirror. What's the size of the mirror, actually?
Yeah, so it's approximately 14 by 21.
All right, so that's a good size mirror, so you can hang it on your wall or put it on the desk. Oh,
I'm looking because I have it right there. I'm like, yeah, it's 14 by 21 or so. Yeah.
Well, can you show everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on.
And if you guys have any questions just fire them out, and I'll make sure I get them up. And by the way, Pencil Paulie, I love the Bobo reference with the burr click. The owl, that owl was cool as anything. That whole movie was cool. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So this would look like this basically looks like any other mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about 14 by 21. And then you can mount it on the wall. It comes with a mounting kit. Or we also have an option for a stand, which looks something like this.
Okay.
So, because apparently a lot of the females, if you have a vanity table where you get ready with your makeup and all that stuff, it would be easier for you to have a stand and just stand up your mirror next to it kind of thing. And so there's various ways you can put this in your home. But there it is.
Now, is there any voice activation, touchscreen, or anything like that?
Great question. Yeah, so it's currently voice activated, and we've looked at touchscreen, and it's obviously touchscreen is sort of a very intuitive way of controlling a device. But for the mirror, we've asked, as we did consumer research and testing, we've asked people. The idea is great, but the execution is not that great. So if you think about a mirror and you're touching it, and you've got toothpaste and shaving stuff or makeup stuff. It just makes it quite messy, and just smudging. Smudging is a huge problem. Another really interesting thing is we actually found out as we talked to people that people generally use a mirror about 1.5 feet to 2 feet away. And so if you think about having to control something and having to reach out and step forward to change stuff, it's just not that practical. And then the third component is just cost. Like touchscreen is going to increase the cost of the mirror and the price of the mirror by quite a bit. And so we're trying to basically keep the price as low as possible so that it can get into the hands of more people. And so we've decided that voice, which has come a long way, especially with Amazon Echo and all that stuff, that it would be pretty cool to have the voice.
Leon says voice activation is a good compromise. If I drop it, how many years bad luck will I have? $270 worth of bad luck. How's that?
That's 7 years of good luck.
Yeah, 7 years of good luck.
Mirror.
Now, what's the warranty on something like this? I mean, are you guys going to do a full year?
We're looking into that. We can't. I don't have. It depends on some of the supplier contracts that we have, so I don't have the finer details right now. But I would expect something similar to that. Yeah. But obviously, if it doesn't work, you can send back and.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You really think about it, it's a pretty good present for. I mean, if you guys have a wife or something like that that isn't expecting it to come.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to wow girls, just because girls in general spend a lot more time in front of the mirror, and so it's pretty cool. You pull up your makeup stuff, you pull up. Oh, there's even a camera on the mirror, so you can take selfies. And you know how certain people love taking selfies, right?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
That's why you never see one of me.
You're not a selfie guy, Rob.
No, my wife is though. I have a million selfies
really?
with her. She loves taking selfies with silly pictures and things like that. The dogs, her, the girls. I mean, if there's a way to take a selfie, she'll take it.
Yeah, I think the mirror. I'm pretty excited about the selfie feature. Just because when I do selfies, it's pretty annoying because you're trying to do this or do that in front of the mirror. And it doesn't look natural, right? So you're trying to hide your arm or something. So having the mirror take it for you is actually quite neat, and it looks natural.
That's cool. So if this takes off and this funds, are you still going to have time to be able to finish school?
Probably not. But I think at this juncture, I'm not going to share my age, but I've been in the workforce for a number of years, and for me, like the education piece is great, but it's also for just like personal development. And it doesn't have to be I have to get my degree. It's just the degree was a way for me to open doors and seek new opportunities. And I think this is a great opportunity for me to learn about, product development, bring stuff to market, working in a startup, which is what this is right now. So I think there in itself is a great experience that I cannot easily seek. And I think, if things go well, I would definitely jump on it and sort of grasp what we have now. So the degree is not that important to me, actually.
Gotcha. So Recon asked, just got here, so what happened to Tina? And then like 12 seconds later, he said, thanks for the non-answer. So, okay, you're welcome. But
I'm still here. I definitely think from a board game work perspective, I love playing games. I love doing stuff for board games. And I definitely think, I don't want to promise a date or anything, but I definitely think in the next couple months, I would do stuff here and there. It probably won't be on a regular schedule, just because I don't know how things would turn out just between all the priorities.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely think I would ease back in here and there, if not just, starting to do maybe different cons and just doing my vlogs that I did for Gen Con, Rob, you may recall.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. Smaller things that I'm able to fit in. I definitely want to ease back in because I think this is a great community, and yeah, it's so much fun when I did it. And I do really miss it.
Don't forget your pal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, Rob, I'm definitely coming down to visit you sometime because you have so many games in that garage. I have to, I guess, like, I need to drown in it. It's awesome.
And here I thought you were just coming down to see us. You just want to see the game.
No, it's all for the games. I'm sorry.
I kind of figured that.
And Gabby and your cats and all that.
Oh yeah, Cthulhu Kitty. Don't forget Cthulhu. Recon, just to sum up real quickly, we were supposed to do some projects together. And unfortunately, everybody always wondered where Tina went. She dropped off her site. She dropped off the earth. Well, she started school, got overwhelming, but she found that she really had a knack for, entrepreneurism, as we should call it, or however you'd want to say it. She found with a couple of schoolmates that they came up with this great idea with this interactive mirror. And it's up on Kickstarter now. So you can, I can't believe I said entrepreneurism.
Is that a word?
No, it's not even a word. I kind of just choked on myself there. But anyways, basically it's up on Kickstarter. It's Perseus Mirror, the smartest mirror in the world. And she has the Kickstarter, which is so far doing pretty well with 12 days left. We're hoping that everybody will check it out and support it. And, as a community, we all can pitch in and see if we can help Tina reach her dream. Not to have to go to school anymore and become filthy rich. Well,
no, it's not about that. It's about the experience. And yeah, it's,
Well, it's also something, the first start of something. You've worked very hard on it, and to see it come to fruition and into people's hands and see where it goes from there it's something special, if you really think about it. Not too many people use their minds anymore. This is a dead art. Everybody are lemmings now. They get a job and just do something instead of try to invent, create, and make a difference. You're out there trying to do exactly that, young lady.
Thank you. It's been quite the ride. Yeah, and yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. It's been quite the ride.
Let's see. Does anybody have any questions for Tina? They could be about anything. They could be about the mirror. They could be about games. They can be about just life itself. Not directed towards. Oh, got it. But yeah, definitely you got to get down here. Definitely, I think it'd be hysterical to have you in the live group here, and you can actually watch everybody fight with themselves while the dogs fight. And then,
Rob, when's the next con you're going to?
I've got so much stuff on my plate. I just don't. I don't think another con will be until probably next year sometime.
Well, you just have to set a rule. If you go to a con, you can't get any games. Can you do that? Not realistic.
Well, you know what the biggest problem is that you look at stuff and you go, that'd be cool on the channel. That'd be cool on the channel. That'd be cool in my collection. That'd be cool on the channel. And, you kind of build everything around the channel if you really think about it.
Yeah. I remember that feeling.
Yeah. I start getting things and looking at things and I go, well, that's out of my wheelhouse. I can't paint it. I can't, it's not a dungeon crawl. It's a Euro game, but it looks interesting. And I think there's an audience for it. So what do? We go get it. What is Tina's favorite board game and Rob's favorite? So there's a question.
Do you remember what it is, Rob? Not to put you on the spot here.
No. I think your favorite board game it wasn't the very first one after you twisted your ankle, was it?
Close. That's
'Cause you
probably one
twisted-
of my all-time favorites.
You twisted your ankle. Now, here's the story how you got into board gaming.
Actually, it was
You
a
broke
foot
your
entry.
ankle.
I
Yeah.
broke a toe.
You broke a toe and you were laid up for a while. So you started playing board games, and from that point on, you were hooked. So I'm going to say your favorite game. No, it wasn't Shadow of Brimstone, because I remember you telling me that it was too dicey. There were too many dice.
Yeah.
It's not Descent. Is it Hero Quest?
That genre. Close. More cards, less dice.
More cards, less dice.
And more. It's one of the harder games to learn.
Not Super Dungeon. No. You
know the series that Rick did a great job on?
Rick? Ricky Royal?
Yeah.
I don't get to watch a lot of his stuff. He's done a lot of great series too.
That's true. Well, this is one of his first. Let's see if anybody else. Somebody said it. Cat Weasel.
Mage. Oh, that's right, Mage Knight. Because I was thinking about you because they came out with the Star Trek one, and I wondered if you would even.
Yeah. Oh my God, I saw that. That's amazing. Did you get that? Of course.
I mean, really, it's me. If it's not out there, they don't make it.
I am so excited about that game. I would love to try it. Maybe when I come down.
It's still in the wrapper.
I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna sniff the fresh card smell.
Did you get all the expansions for Mage Knight?
I think I did.
Yeah,
as of last year.
Well, I was talking to Justin because Janice is leaving and Mimi's going to be tied up, so it's just him and I this weekend. So let me just show everybody. He wants to play. We're doing All Quiet on the Martian Front. I painted like 9 years worth of that stuff. So our first one is going to be, I think Friday night we are playing Panzer. But Saturday night he wants to play Scythe.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to do All Quiet on the Martian Front somewhere in there. Which is kind of exciting because the people that are actually redoing it are just doing a wonderful job with it. I've been in real contact with them. They bought out the company. The company just had poor marketing, and they're really going to town on it. So somebody asked, what's my favorite game? That one's kind of on the fence right now. I would have to say, yeah, you're right. You're right. The Family Showdown. Yeah, it's got to be Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is like one of my all-time favorite games. It's kind of personal because it is the first game.
I thought your wife got you a copy, then?
Yep, she ordered it from Canada because it wasn't available in the United States.
Oh.
And she ordered it from Canada, and I remember it coming in, and I still have the original one from like 20-something years ago.
Wow.
So
is that one of the oldest games you own, Rob?
No, I've got older stuff. I got stuff from the 70s and, before you were born, young lady. Tina, any games from this past Gen Con you like? I can answer that one.
So I was not super in touch with what was happening at Gen Con. As you can imagine, there was all this Kickstarter thing that was happening.
You mean you didn't watch my videos? Well, I mean, I thought
I did. I saw you play London Dread. I saw some of it. So I think definitely what you guys mentioned just now was the Star Trek version of Mage Knight. Dude, I need to get my hands on one of that. That's just super cool. Like, yeah, I'm definitely getting a copy somehow, somewhere. I'm gonna fit it in my apartment somehow. Like maybe under the bed, I may have like some spots there. I don't know, but definitely getting my hands on that. Are there any other games that you think I would like, Rob?
Well, London Dread, of course. I know that was going to be a big one. I think Potion Explosion you would like.
Huh?
Because it's
Is
just
it a little bit of like
it's a little light.
Silly.
It's kind of set collection kind of thing. You can use the potions once you make them. It's kind of like playing Bejeweled.
Oh, okay. Huh, interesting.
Vast, you would love. I know it. I know you would love this game.
I gotta take notes.
Vast is a underground success hit that nobody expected to really take off the way it did at Gen Con. I'm thinking maybe the only other thing I can think that you might like is, boy, there wasn't, I wasn't impressed with Seafall.
Really?
Yeah. That whole legacy thing really kind of bores me. I mean, once you play it once, yeah, sure, you'll get 12 hours out of it, but I mean, really? I mean, I'll get it to get it, but, I wasn't rushing over there or trying to get in line to get a copy or anything like that. Cry Havoc, I think you would like.
Yes, I've heard so much about that.
Well, there were a couple other different...
How about that Pandemic Cthulhu thing?
It looks all right. But how many times can you do Pandemic? It's kind of like...
Is it better than original Pandemic, though?
I think so. Because it adds a little bit more of a flavor. That whole Cthulhu thing, maybe having the cat run around the table while I play it might be interesting. My favorite game at Gen Con was Clank. I didn't get a chance to try that one. Are there any online multiplayer computer games that replicate the board game experience? I heard there was something. I'm not too sure what it was. It was some kind of simulator or something, like a board game simulator. Game of Thrones Iron Throne is Cosmic Encounter. Basically, in the Game of Thrones universe, I'm not too. Don't tell Tom this. I'm not a big Cosmic Encounter fan. I mean, it's okay, but I kind of like, okay, that's all right. I can't get the kids to play it. Trying to think what else there was. I mean, there were a lot of things, but they were, a lot of the games just aren't coming out for a while. So, they didn't have them, or they had a demo copy at the con, and, wait for it in October, this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. I was more, okay, what can I get my hands on now? The one that I really, really liked isn't even a board game. It was Halo Ground Warfare. It was by Spartan Games. It was probably the best 15mm game I've seen in a long time, and the detail was just insane. I ended up picking up a copy. Tyrants of the Underdark, London Dread. Yeah, both very good games. London Dread I had a lot of fun with. So there you go. Either of you met Greg Stafford, Steve Jackson, or any other famous game designers? Ignacy's a pretty good friend of mine. I'm actually doing a project for Ignacy, building some cart. Yes, I'm doing something special for him. Tabletop Simulator on Steam. I'm sorry. Richard Launius is a good friend of mine. We've got a couple ideas that we are going to run by him that I've been working on for a while. I will tell you offline, and I will let you know what it is and see what you think. Maybe it's something you want to get involved with. Greg Stafford, no, I haven't met him. I'm trying to think who else. Brian Pope, I had dinner with while I was there. Very, very nice guy. You know, I don't bother too many people. I just, I do my own thing, Hi, how are you? That's about it. So I think we pretty much covered it. The main thing is that you are alive and well. Okay, even though, 1 minute you're in Boston, next minute you're in Minneapolis, tomorrow you may be in Thailand. I mean, who knows? I mean, you really are all over the place, young lady. Tom Vassell is a game designer. Yes, I'm very good friends with him, but, he's Tom Vassell. He's my friend, so I don't even consider him a game designer.
Is Rob Orrin going to be a game designer? Because I know him.
Yeah, you know him. Rob Orrin is just going to grow old and run this little old channel and just see where it goes. It's as simple as that. I'm going to keep up on it. I'm enjoying it. I've enjoyed it for the last couple of years now, and just keep doing what I do. I'm not going to change. It's going to be the same format: dogs barking, children fighting, wife watching reality TV, and maybe you'll learn a game or painting or two. That's my channel. And then hear me rant and get aggravated with the world, or try to help whoever I can help. That's all this channel is.
And it's awesome. It's special and awesome.
Well, it's okay. I wish I had your production value. That's what I miss.
You've done so well. Like, I mean, it's light and day, right?
Yeah, remember the old iPad?
I mean, it's great, but it was shaky.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but we're getting there. It's going to take some time. How about playing over video via Twitter or board game sims? Well, maybe once she gets in the clear.
I mean, that's an interesting idea. I'm not sure how Twitter would work. But, yeah. Maybe that's my next invention, Rob.
No, well, there you go. I never, you're always doing something and coming up with something. That's for sure. So, guys, Tina, first of all, thank you for taking the time to join me on here and clear up this big mess with everybody. And please, everybody, go check out Perseus Mirror on Kickstarter. We'll have it in the comments when this comes up. Look for it in the morning. There's 12 days left. You can still get in. You can get yourself a really, really wonderful an invention. I think it's really something handy, and it can really make a difference. It'd make a great gift, and, help her see her dream. Her and her two schoolmates have worked very hard on this. I've known about it for quite a long time. I just let her do her own thing and not speak for her. That's what I always tried to do. Tina, good to hear you. We'll be back making some videos. You have been sorely missed. Never mind being a buff and inventor stuff. What? Okay. Okay. No, you know something? She's very good, and if you saw the mirror and really watched the video on it, it's really something to see. So, with that said, Tina, hang on the line. Why don't you let's put it on you, and why don't you say goodbye to anybody or close out with anything you got to say, young lady?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, this definitely looking forward to getting back more into board games, trying to hit Gen Con next year, and maybe even see Rob in some cons, get back into going to cons, because, I mean, we definitely need to meet up sometime next year.
Yeah,
if not this year.
You can always see me at the Dice Tower, at the Dice Tower booth, and, you can spend a little time and maybe get to know me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, don't know you quite that well yet.
No, not at all.
But, yeah, definitely looking forward to getting back into regular strat of things. I just need to figure out like my moving situation. It's just such a mess right now. My storage situation. Maybe I should start buying games, playing them, and then reselling them. Maybe that's the solution. I don't know.
Or you can always borrow them from me and then send them back.
That would be pretty awesome. You know what? For which game I would borrow first, right?
That'd probably be the Star Trek one.
Yep. You better not open it until I come down.
Well, I won't. I promise you that. Oh, Boffin, British for clever inventor. Well, there you go. So we
Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. We've done a whole hour, and hopefully we can get you on in the future. Hopefully we can get you on, and this is a very successful Kickstarter. So with that said, thank you very much, Tina, and thank you everybody for all your questions and being a part of this. And go check out the Kickstarter. I think you'll be quite surprised. So that's it for today, and we will see you tomorrow on the Dice Tower, where I will be painting the last part of none other than The Others. Until tomorrow, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Hang on, Tina.